everyone here by now knows about Ajax and how it's a way of getting web clients to fetch information from a web server without having to world of web applications, and made it possible for them to behave a lot more like your conventional desktop applications. But there's one thing that's been missing up until now. There's been no way of actually pushing data out from the server to the client without the client specifically having to request that. And if you wanted to do that sort of things for them up until now, you would have had to fake it using polling. Now, polling is a lot like a small child on a car journey. It's, there's this dialogue that goes on between the client and the server, which goes something like this. Has anything happened yet? No. Has anything happened yet? No. So you see that if you try to scale this up to hundreds and hundreds of clients, you're going to end up with either a dead web server or a very annoyed driver, one or the other. So what Comet brings is an extension to this system, which is known as long polling. And under long polling, the exchange goes more like this. Has anything happened yet? No. Has anything happened yet? Yes. So you see, that way we're cutting down on a lot of the traffic that's going back and forth, but more importantly than that, it means that we've always got that connection open between the client and the server. And now obviously that's having hundreds of connections open, even if they're not doing anything, is also probably going to kill a typical web server like Apache. But luckily, there's now a cottage industry that's sprung up of people building web servers that are tuned to handle that sort of behaviour. And the one I've been playing around with is this one. It's called Shooting Star. It's a Ruby Rails-based one. And to be honest, it's not really brilliantly documented. Here's an example of some of the documentation about it. This plugin makes your Rails application fly up to the star and your request to the web server directly requests to the reader of your web application. It's a bit Japanese. So, but luckily, there's one really good bit of documentation here which tells you how to get a chat server up from scratch. I think chat is pretty much the hello world of Comet applications. And this actually illustrates how simple it is, but I decided I'd go for something a bit more fancy than chat. So if I go to my application here, what I've been working on is an implementation of the classic ZX Spectrum strategy game Chaos. So if I start this game up here, and unfortunately I never got around to doing a proper avatar chooser, so I have to do interesting names here. So hopefully, is that going to work? Live demo? Did it actually start up the server here? No!
Something has happened.
Okay, well that's probably the live server, the live demo a bit screwed, but right. Okay, well just what should we working in fact I can certainly show you what thing is doing in the source code. So we've got basically what is a single line that you stick on your script that expands to the most horrific mountain of well, it's like a potted history of browser hacks through the ages. Got a bit of VB script there, and so a bit lower down I think we've got like the hidden iframe, so it's all pretty evil stuff, but luckily you don't really need to worry about much of that, because what that does is open up a channel to communication back to your server, and that gives you the ability to execute any arbitrary JavaScript you want on every computer in the world, or at least all the ones that are viewing your web page at the time, but it's as close to world domination as you probably get as a web developer. So if that was working properly, then that would give you the ability to push out JavaScript, and with that you can build basically anything you want. and in my case I've built an apparently slightly broken version of a strategy game, but it's really, the principle of it's really simple, but what gets a lot more complicated is actually figuring out how to deal with writing an application to follow this sort of model, because it totally shakes up the way that you're dealing with your a typical web application, which I would happily waffle on about for hours, but it looks like I'm out of time, so I think that's Comet. So thanks very much. Chaos. This is it's a battle of wizards who take it in turns to cast spells, which mostly come in the form of creatures, and they all fight each other and hopefully kill off the other wizards. So if we have a go at joining the game. Yeah! Okay, so now we can start this game and right, so I got my list of... was that a request for a golden dragon there? Yes, and illusion just because there's no chance of casting a real one.
Tell them it's all over, or would you like to do this?
Oh yeah.
Doesn't that mean there's any... I don't know if it's how like, when people run out of tickets, when the tab's got no money left, just don't say sorry, it's run out.
It's just everyone announce it. So if you assume like 15 minutes, should be able to start
I think the problem was I did a bit of live fixing of a non-essential bug before, and in doing so, rather than fixing it, I made it into a critical bug. So yeah, I was only doing it for the suspense really. Okay, so got 2 plays there. I've managed to get it again. I failed. Well, let's speak. How about let's make it a bit. I've started that game now, so getting less imaginative with my name as I go on.
Good. Hey. Green dragon it is. Green dragon.
And now, the player who does have spells this time, you can have a zombie.
Fight! Go on!
Okay, so I think it might take a while to actually get around to slaying that dragon, but the principle's there at least, so there you go. It's, this will be at chaos.zxdemo.org when I've got my server working properly again, but there you go. Thanks for your patience.